All my successful lions out there. I'm back. What's good with y'all, man? Huh? Hop in. I'm gonna take y'all for a ride. There's another episode. I hope you guys are appreciating the content. And like I said, it's been a couple weeks. Took a couple weeks off. But hopefully you enjoyed the last one that I dropped a few weeks ago. And now I'm back with a new episode. We're gonna hop right in it. I got some moves to make, you know what I mean? So that's why usually I'm in the car because I'm always, doing what I got to do, you know what I mean? So today, let's see. Today, of course, we're going to read the Bible. And we got, let's see, Warrior of the Light by Paulo Coelho. And if you remember the episode that I had, it was The Alchemist. That's Paulo Coelho as well. And he has a lot of books. This is more of like a spiritual book. Spiritual guide. Not, I wouldn't say spiritual book. Just a guide that I guess helped him or people around him. So he wanted to give it to the masses and see if they like it. And it's a very good book. So I'm gonna read a couple pages out of that. And of course, I'm gonna read some scriptures. It's been a while since I've been on here and reading scriptures. So I'm back, I hope everybody's been well. Like I always say, all considering right now, it's tough times we're going through right now. But I hope everybody is holding up, doing well, surviving, hustling, praying, and everybody's safe. So yeah, I'm going to hop right into it. Today I want to go through a range of different things. One, I have my first consultation paid. I told the gentleman I can do it for free, but all I did was just give him some extra time, and yeah, it was good. It was a good feeling. So I'm going to get into that. And first, I want to get into, I'm not really into politics, but I really have to speak on it because people might want my opinion, and this is my channel, so I want to give my input on it. And to me, I've never voted. So all y'all liberals and whatever, oh, you're the reason Trump's in there, whatever. I was the reason Bush was in there too, right? I was the reason Bush Senior was in there too, right? I couldn't even vote back then, but I was the reason, right? So it's whatever, man. You know what I mean? My president is God. And and you ask some people, they'll ask you, oh, did you vote? Did you vote? Did you vote? No. Oh man, your vote could have changed things. Your vote could have really. And you ask, you let them people finish. Okay, yeah, okay. And you ask them, do you even believe in God? All right. Do you believe in reparations, or you believe in slavery? Because at the end of the day, you might think you're privileged, but we all slaves. Yeah, we drive. Some people, like me, I drive Benzes, drive foreigns, whatever. I live a decent, good life. And a lot of other people that might be millionaires, billionaires, but we all slaves, man, to the system. And I never let that get out of my head that we're slaves to the system. Yeah, you want to do positive, think positive, and as a man thinketh, he is. So is he. You know what I mean? So that's the type of wavelength that I stay on. But if you really think this is a democracy that we're living in, you're the idiot. All right? You are the idiot, because this is not a democracy. And I don't try to get caught up in politics, man. I stay in my Bible. I stay prayed up. I stay fasting, and that's my true belief right there. You know what I mean? I don't believe in casting a vote. And if you look at it, the people, so-called people, their vote didn't mean anything last time because Trump wasn't. How can they say he wasn't the popular vote? The electoral college voted him in. And if you guys don't know who the electoral college is, I suggest you do your research and stop pointing blame at people who don't want to get involved in the politics. The electoral college is probably, if I had to sum it up, they try to word it, oh, this person, that person. But the electoral colleges are the rich of the rich. Corporations and stuff like that. And their only concern is who's going to help benefit them at the end of the day and keep the bottom people, even millionaires are bottom people, 100 millionaires are bottom people. Um, who's going to keep them at bay and keep them slaves and stuff like that. Um, so it doesn't matter. You can own your own business. You're still a slave. You still have to get up. You still have bills to pay. You still have to go out to these markets and get your food. You're still interacting in this world. You still need gas to get around. You still have a cell phone. You're still paying heat. You're still using hot water, cold water. It's like, you know what I mean? There's no getting out around it. Um, so you might as well, get used to it and stay prayed up, and that's the way to go. And that's what I believe in. I've never voted. I've never, what do they call it, jury duty. Never had to do that. So I stay. My president is God, and that's the new wave that I'm on. That when people say, "Oh, did you vote?" My president is God, and I just walk away and keep them staring at my back as I walk away. You know, and that's what I'm on, man. Like this, it doesn't matter what president is in there. And people got the nerve to say, "Oh, the lesser of two evils." Like, why would I want to participate? You're already calling them evil, but the lesser of two evils. Why would why would anybody with a conscience or a soul or uh, a brain, for that matter, participate? And I'm not calling my people stupid or people who participate in that. That's just their routine of thinking things will change, and things haven't changed. I'm 37, 38 now. Um, and as far as I look back since I was 18, nothing has changed. Since 9/11, things have progressively gotten worse, more stricter, less movement, Big Brother, more taxes, less opportunities for people in urban environments, people with, more debt, more death every year by year, more diseases, more, nothing like, you know what I mean? And when I lay that out, you can just either A, sit in the corner, cry about it, or B, get up, get on your grind, stay positive, and know the will of God. You know what I mean? And the angels will bless you if you stay righteous. And that's the path that I've been on, and that's what I'm going to continue on. You know what I mean? So let me move from that. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I enlighten someone with that. And if you want to continue to do that, I don't knock anybody. Continue going on with the routine. This year is going to be mail-in ballots. Go ahead, do your thing. Be mad at the person who gets in there. Oh, this person's been there 4 years. They didn't do nothing. You know, if the only way us as a people, I'm not even talking about doing riots, but us as a people, white, black, Latino, Asian, whatever you want to call it, if we're going to make a change, it's more of us than there are them. So everybody, the only way is everybody leave their business, quit their jobs, stop paying bills, and march to DC and stay there until they really do the will of the people. If people continue to feel that they're better than others, that they want to continue on and think this world is going to continue for years and years and years and years and without it crumbling and U.S. is going to be on top forever. It's, you know, if the Lord hasn't showed you prophecies that are taking place, you know, me personally, I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? And you have to have spiritual lenses in order to see that. And if you don't, I'm just wasting my breath. But hopefully I spark a seed that will, hopefully you can, you know, look into and get more information. And that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? But moving on. I had a conversation with a friend of mine. That's why I like, as of lately, I like taking a little time off so I can come back with more content instead of going week by week. So, like I said, the last post, I hope any new subscriber, anybody that's just sitting at home quarantining or chilling, you know, day by day, go back, start from the beginning, and binge watch my videos and understand where I'm coming from. Yes, I'm saying new stuff like with politics and stuff like that, but take heed and get used to my personality, my beliefs, and see if this channel fits for you. And hopefully something that I'm saying will help you get through. And that being said, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I tell you guys, telling people the truth is love. Facts. Facts. Like, telling people the truth is the absolute love. Like, taking heed and doing the commandments of the Lord, that's showing your love to the Lord. So telling the truth, like, and not like being riding someone's coattail and just being a yes man to certain people because they have certain status or whatever the case may be, it's not good. So if you have a loved one, whether family, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, your kids, tell them the truth is absolute love. And you know, I've realized that as I've grown, like the last, you know, five or so years, is that, yeah, you can lie to people to try to protect them. It all depends on what situation, but telling the truth is the absolute love that you can do. And my friend, he got a job about a year ago doing it's like trucking for construction company, like the big trucks, like the huge trucks, look like mini the joints we used to play with as a kid, like the mini, half-size dumpster, like those huge ones, right? And because of this virus, some people has gotten laid off. Some people who have been there a while just said, you know what, it's time for my retirement, blah blah blah, right? And I've told him, as I've changed, I've tried to enlighten the people around me. You know what I mean? With truth, with scripture, with health, everything that I'm telling you guys, because I got a certain love for you guys too. And I understand I'm not going to reach everybody, but like I said, the domino effect. If I help one, one helps two, two helps four, four helps eight, and so on and so on. And I realize this is what I'm here to do. I'm not saying this is my full calling, but this is my calling for right now. And hopefully I can help a lot of people. Um, and something happened to me, and I make it to the kingdom, and I might have enlightened through that domino effect the person that might open the gate for me. You know what I mean? So this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And I say that. So back to my friend, he's a trunking company. And people smoking gas, smoking the best gas, the cookie, the purple, the sour, the mixture, the pineapple express, whatever, whatever whatever name is out there right now, the bubblegum kush, and drinking that brown, that yak, that Ciroc, that Avion, the Cristal, and when he got the job, I'm like, yo, this is a great opportunity for you. Um, Everything's lining up for you. And he's like, yeah, I prayed for this, and I was like, wow, yeah. He's like, nah, yo, you really, and he's a year younger than me, so it's been a ride, for me, like the last 10 years, and getting to where I'm at right now. And there's not one friend that I didn't during this time that I didn't try to. I wouldn't say persuade. That sounds kind of like, but uh, enlighten through my experience. And I told him when he got the job, I'm like, yo, this is a great gig. Yo, you making, 6 figures a year. Um, not even including overtime you're gonna get, and blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah. I'm just like, I'm blessed. He's like, I'm speechless. And he's like, yeah, let's go out for a drink and celebrate. And at that time, I told him, I'm sober. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing none of that. And he's like, oh man, come on, man. It's time to celebrate. It's on me. We getting nice. You know what I mean? And I told him, I stood my ground, and I told him, I'm like, that's not what I'm on right now. Maybe in 10 years or something, we can celebrate. But right now, while we're in the crunch, it's not time to celebrate right now. It's time to stay sober and stay vigilant. Um, and he's like, wow. He's like, yeah, you really standing on your square. And I said, yeah, I'm not going backwards. I'm trying to move forward. And I told him, the best way you can celebrate right now is go home and pray and, have a good meal. I told him we could go have a good meal, a nice pasta meal, whatever, and some water, and I'm good to go. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. And I told him, go home, pray, and we actually, read some scriptures, and he said, yeah, I'm on, he's like, I'm on the right path. And I told him, he's been seeing, during that time, he saw me, like, not smoking, not drinking, and I was still, keep in touch, pop up every now and again, but if that's your lifestyle, I can't knock you because we used to share similar lifestyles with the smoking, drinking, but that's just not me anymore. You know what I mean? And you gotta understand who I am now. I'm into fitness. I'm into, staying in my Bible, staying sharp mentally and physically, getting better financially and mentally and righteously and spiritually. And that's what I'm on. I'm not into defiling my temple. You know what I mean? And once a person could understand that and realize that, then hey, you're staying in your truth. That's what I'm telling you about, speaking the truth. And I told him, yo, you should, you're doing a pretty hefty job. You should really think about, your health and fall back on the weed, fall back on the drinking. And over time, like the last 4 months, I kid you not, he's been completely sober. And last week, his boss, because like I told you in the beginning, a lot of people who have been there, they're like 65, they've been there for a while, they put in their time, and when this corona hit, they're just like, you know what, it's just time for my retirement. It's no sense, I'm going to get bank anyway with my retirement. So a lot of people left. And now he's only been there a year, and he moved up now. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but he mentioned it. So now he's making a little more money, and he's moved up in stature. And the thing was, they said, yeah, since this is a new role, we want to take your hair, your blood, and urine right here. Yeah, you can go, right there. It's on site at one of the sites that you're gonna drop off anyway. Yeah, and take care of that if you want this position. Now, if he was smoking, drinking, still drugging, he would have missed his opportunity and possibly lost his job, because that might have raised the red flag of, this person's kind of shaky, so they can say anything and pull you and do your urine or whatever. Yeah, it's union, but still, but he went, passed everything, and now he's getting more bank, moved up in stature, got respect from, his peers or whatever. And they know he's reliable, they know he's clean, they know he ain't there for no games. He's up sometime 3 in the morning, going into work, and he loves it. You know what I mean? And this is the first time he's been sober in his life, besides, being like on probation or stuff like that he's been sober for this long, in a while. And I told him, just stay the course. You know what I mean? So that's why I tell people, staying on your square and telling your loved ones the truth, that's the most love you can possibly give anybody. That is love right there. that's love. You know what I mean? That's love. You know, if you trying to hold back feelings and hold back uh, someone from destroying themselves, that's hatred, man. Because you want to see that person self-destruct. You know what's? It's like you send a person in the house, and you know what's behind that door as soon as they get in the house, and you just let them walk in. If you don't tell them anything, you're just as bad. You know, you should hold just as much guilt when they self-destruct, um, because you got something to do with it. If you don't say anything, and if you love them, you should say something. Whether it's their health, their sobriety, their mental health, their finances. Like, yo, man, you gotta get up out here and get on your grind, man. You can't be sleeping on the couch all day, playing video games, smoking weed. Get up out here like a grown up and go get what's yours. Get your piece of the pie, man. It's out here for you. But you gotta work. Are you willing to work? If you ain't willing to work, then there's nothing else I can do for you until that sparks in your brain that you ready to grind. And if you ain't ready to grind, you gotta get out my way. Because I ain't taking care of no grown-ups. Now I'll put you back on your feet and show you the way, but I'm going to show you how to fish so you can eat every day. I'm not going to put fish on your plate every day. That's not me. You know, you got to tell these people the truth. If you keep going to jail for nonsense, I'm not going to keep helping you out. I'm not going to keep helping you out because I'm enabling you. Just like some of these parents or spouses enable their kids or whatever to do drugs, that's what I'm doing with you. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you love. I'm going to give you genuine love, but at the same hand, I'm going to give you tough love as well. I'm going to balance it out. You know what I mean? So that's what I got to say, man. Telling the truth is love. All right? Now as we move on, my first consultation, it was great, you know, and the young man, he's 22, and I was surprised that he's from Massachusetts, I'll say that, and I was surprised my first, like, paid consultation. I did 2 others, but it was like the free, but they never came back and got a real one. This is like a real fan right here that want to see me win. And like I say, my Cash App, SuccessfulLion, Cash App. Yeah, so I'm surprised that my first consultation was relationship advice. Now, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say the person he's dealing with. I'm not even going to say a few things about it. I'm just going to try to give, excuse me, guys, the light went out. Hold on. I'm parked right now, my bad. There we go. So it was about his relationship. Now, how can I explain? Alright, he was 19. Him and his girl, dating a couple years, blah, blah, blah. From high school, got out. He was doing the right thing. Enrolled in college. She's enrolled in college. You know, they're on the right path. He graduated and, you know, he got a decent job in the field that he went for. And her last year in college, they got pregnant. And she finished in a decent field, all right, and got pregnant She was 21. He was 22. Um, no, at the time he was 21. She was 20 or whatever, something like that. Because he's 22 now and the kid is 1, so it must be, yeah. Um, so during that pregnancy time, from what he explains, is that they fell apart. Um, they weren't on the same page anymore about what they wanted, their beliefs, their finance, their where they wanted, even something as little as what neighborhood they wanted to live in, became issue. So everything was just an issue. So it grew far apart, and they broke up. While she's like 6, 7 months pregnant. He tried, from what he says. All I have is his story. And like I say, I told him, I said, it's your story, her story, and in the middle there's the truth. I'm not calling you a liar, but everybody has their own interpretation of events that happen. All right. So they grew apart. All right. So after the kid was born, his son, um, he ended up dating another woman, and this, I guess, is he was like her first love or whatever. And I'm talking about his kid's mother, and she ended up skipping town, went to another state. I'm not gonna say what state, but a huge state in the East Coast. She went there, um, which is some ways away from Massachusetts, and he didn't know her address. He knew what state, but he didn't know her address. And he's a newly found dad, and he said, "Hey, what should I do?" This just recently happened, like 2 months ago. She, like during the virus, like right before, like February, she moved, and she gave him a warning. She said it's a better opportunity up there, and without hesitation, she left. He was never on. He's still not on like child support or anything, because he definitely provided from what he said. His family stepped up. It was his first kid. So there was no wants, no needs for anything during the baby's life so far, and she left. Now he's asking me, should I go to the courts? But he's saying, in order to file, he has to file with New York, and number two, he has to find out her exact address. So he's like, should I file a police report for kidnapping? Blah blah blah. So it's kind of a for my first consultation, man. I've earned my money. Um, I told him what I told him is that you have to. He knows where her parents stay. I said you have to stay like best friends with them, until she comes around, within a reasonable time. Right now, the courts are not even barely open for criminals, so it's like, she's a good mom. I don't think she's gonna try to hurt your son. Um, Sometimes people just take things. What she did was absolutely wrong, but she's just trying to hurt you, and you know that, so you can't fall into that trap of being depressed and being suicidal and stuff like that. Like little stuff he was telling me, I was like, don't don't go down that path, because you need to be here for your son. Um, and I told him, just pop up like every other week at her stay in good conversation with her father. Most importantly, her father. But show visible at her house, her parents' house, and drop off little gifts and money orders that you can keep track of, that they should give to your son, and express deeply how much you miss your son and you want to see your son and you want to be in your son's life and you understand that this didn't work out. Write, a couple letters that they can pass on to her, um, and stuff like that. And just stay visible, don't give up. And, you know, uh, as her father, I think after I say 60 days of you doing this, he will understand as being a father and being a man that he will get her back in line. The mother, I don't know, but as the father, I think he will get her back in line and you will start to see your son again. And I told him to check back in with me. And one of the main things I told him was stay calm, stay celibate, and stay consistent. I'll say it again. Stay calm, stay celibate, and stay consistent. And what I mean by that is don't jump off a bridge. Don't take your business to social media and try to find her and leave messages on her friends. Deal directly with her immediate family that you know she's very close with. She's close with her mother and father. That's where you have to. That's where you have to draw the line, and that's who you have to build with. And what I say by stay celibate is you don't want. I'm not saying you're nobody's kids or accidents or a curse, but you have to know who you're sleeping with. You have to know the plans before. Yes, most people say, yeah, kids made by accident and heat of the moment. But you have to know that person you're sleeping with. And so many of us guys, we we do that over and over. And after a year or two, we understand, yeah, this person's not for me, and then their son or daughter has to be raised just by their mother, and then we're just weakened fathers, um, which is not good at all. Our kids need both parents in our lives, and it's not fair to keep bringing these kids into this wicked land without two shields protecting them. It's not fair to them. You know, so you have to know who you're sleeping with, what your plans are, who's wearing the pants in the relationship. Is your relationship built off a foundation of God? How is your finances? What are you guys going to do for work? Where do you guys want to live? Where do you see you guys in the next 5 years? All of this, instead of hooting and hollering and going to the club every night with your mate, you guys need to be having these type of conversations, not Netflix and chilling every night. All right, not let's catch a flight to Florida. Let's go to Cancun and just partying it up and not having real conversations about the future. If you plan on being with that person for the future, all right. So that's what I mean by that. And by staying celibate, your mind, you shouldn't even be thinking about getting your D wet right now. You should be focused on your kid and what you're gonna do when you get back into his life. All right, that's your only focus. You should be focused on sliding up in something and then you so emotional right now, you slide up in something raw again, and then you in the same situation times two. You know what I mean? So, nah, stay celibate. Stay in the gym. Stay in prayer. You know what I mean? That's what I told him. And then what I mean by consistent is bringing all of those into one and staying consistent on top of each one. And that's what I mean. And it was a great, I spoke to him for about an hour and a half. Great brother, and I wish nothing but the best to him. And I'm gonna check back in with him, even if he doesn't call me. I'm gonna email him and text him in the next 45 days and see if anything has changed or anything. All right. Um, so that being said, let's get into it. See that Warrior of the Light, Paulo Coelho. He's the same author that did Alchemist. He did Pilgrimage. Which, two classic books. Just gonna read a few pages. Let me read the synopsis here. The warrior knows that he is free to choose his desires, and he makes these decisions with courage, detachment, and sometimes with just a touch of madness. Coelho's books have had a life-enchanting impact on millions of people. The Times, London, March 1998. All right, let's read so I can show you guys exactly what I mean by it. This is like a spiritual guide or a spiritual pamphlet. All right. A warrior of the light shares his world with the people he loves. He tries to encourage them to do the things they would like to do but for which they lack the courage, as sometimes the enemy appears holding two wooden signs in his hand. On one sign is written, "Think about yourself, keep all the blessings for yourself, otherwise you'll end up losing everything." On the other sign he reads, "Who do you think you are, helping other people? Can't you see your own faults?" A warrior knows that he has faults, but he knows too that he cannot do his growing alone, distanced from his companions. Therefore he throws the two signs to the floor. Even if he thinks they may contain a grain of truth, the signs crumble into dust, and the warrior continues to encourage those nearest to him. You see, and that is like people like me. You know what I mean? I got love for you guys, and I got so much love for the people that are around me and has been a part of my life. So hopefully I'm encouraging you through my walks of life, and hopefully I can continue. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. All right. Next one. And like I say, I'm only reading a couple pages. I want you guys to really go out there and support these authors, whether it's an audio book or getting the book. All right. And the light went out, which is cool. No need to worry. It's because I'm parked. So all right. Next page. A warrior knows that an angel and a devil are both competing for his sword hand. The devil says, "You will weaken. You will not know exactly when you are afraid." The angel says, "You will weaken. You will not know exactly when you are afraid." The warrior is surprised. Both the angel and the devil have said the same thing. The devil continues, "Let me help you." And the angel says, "I will help you." At that moment, the warrior understands the difference. The words may be the same, but these two allies are completely different, and he chooses the angel's hands. Warrior of the Light, man. It's a great read. Paulo Coelho, once again, dropped the classic. And I suggest you get that, as well as The Pilgrimage, The Alchemist. The Alchemist and The Pilgrimage kind of go together, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But great reads. He's a great author. He got plenty of other books too. Yeah, get into it with him. All right. Last but not least, I'm gonna read the Bible. And if you guys don't know about this particular Bible, this is the Old Testament. This was my grandmother's Bible when she passed away in 2002. That's all I wanted of hers. You know, I didn't want nothing else. All I wanted was her Bible that she read every day, and something that I knew she put her heart and soul in. And I didn't begin to like crack open this Bible on a consistent basis until like 2012 on a consistent basis. And getting my read on and getting, you know what I mean? So this Bible has just been with me, you know, for almost 20 years, you know, she's been gone. And I know she's with me, guiding me, and showing me the light, you know, like Paulo Coelho, I'm a warrior of the light, you know, and I greatly appreciate her. She's one of my angels, and I'm sure of that. All right, we're going to go to Psalms chapter 7. And everything that I speak of, if you notice, in my blogs, I try to correlate the Bible, the book I read, whatever scriptures I read, whatever passages I read out of these books, I try to correlate all together with everything that I've said through my vlog or through my, you know, episode of this particular episode. So this should all correlate together. So Psalm chapter 7. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me. Lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yet I have delivered him, and without cause is my enemy. You know, you can't, like, the scriptures is, if you can't understand it, everything's in black and white. Yes, it's parables, but everything is in black and white. And hopefully I've helped some people with this episode. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, I appreciate you. But don't just subscribe and watch a couple of episodes. I want everybody to go back from the beginning and binge watch every episode, binge watch every clip. You know, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, yeah, and if you're asking, this is just like a, you know, mask. So I can keep on me if I go, you know, anywhere. You know what I mean? You know, appreciate my friend hooking me up. It's a little design or whatever. You know,